Hello, hello. Okay. Hey there, you. Is my audio not playing? Doesn't sound like it. Why don't I hear anything? Let's see what that's about. Give me 1 second. I want to see what's going on here. Oh, it is playing. Why can't I hear it? Hold on. This is an audio issue. Okay. Here we go. Now I can hear it. Now I can hear why it's so loud, too. Okay. That's solved. I am testing this microphone because I'm seeing if all my equipment is right. This apparently works. But I hope I put the right copyright on this. I think I did. Anywho, if you can tell from the banner here, this is day 40 of 90 consecutive days of live streaming. And on today, we are talking about Money Moves Monday. If you've watched any of the previous live streams, one of the things that I'm working on right now is a no buy month. Unsuccessfully, by the way, but that's a different story. So, in the meantime, though, let me get myself situated here. All right, we'll pause the music. And I'm going to go ahead and share the initial video that'll get us started with today's Money Move Mondays as soon as I upload it to play.
Ever pondered over the impact of your daily coffee on your financial health? It might seem like a trivial expense, but it's the small, frequent expenses like your daily latte that can have a significant impact on your wealth building journey. This is the concept that forms the crux of what we call the latte factor. Imagine this scenario. You're someone who enjoys a good latte every day. It's your little daily indulgence, a small luxury that costs you about $5. Now, $5 a day may not seem like much, but when you start adding it up, you'll begin to see a different picture. If you calculate that $5 expense over a year, it amounts to around $1,800. That's a sizable chunk of money. But the real kicker comes when you start thinking about what could happen if you invested that money instead of spending it on lattes. Suppose you decided to invest that $5 a day.
Now, just for the record, the latte is figurative. Your latte might be something else. We can get into that later.
Every day for a period of 30 years, and let's say you manage to get an average annual return of 8%. At the end of those 30 years, you would have a staggering amount of over $200,000. That's the power of the latte factor. But the latte factor isn't just about coffee. It's a metaphor for all those small, seemingly insignificant expenses that we incur daily. It could be your takeaway lunches, your magazine subscriptions, or even your cable bill. The latte factor is about becoming aware of where your money is going and making conscious decisions to redirect that money towards building wealth. So what are the key takeaways here? Firstly, small amounts matter. Every dollar you spend or save has potential. It's about making conscious decisions about where your money goes. Secondly, the latte factor highlights the power of compound interest. When you invest your money, it grows over time, thanks to the magic of compounding. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Lastly, it's never too late or too early to start. Whether you're in your 20s or your 50s, it's always the right time to take control of your financial future.
Hi, Coach Sherry. Welcome. Now, if you recall from my previous no buy challenge, figuring out how to get my income to make income and compound is part of the goal.
In conclusion, the latte factor is a simple yet powerful
Thanks, Coach
concept
Sherry.
that can help you build wealth no matter your income. It's about understanding the potential of every dollar and making it work for you. So the next time you're about to indulge in that daily latte, think about the long-term impact of that small expense. It might just be the wake-up call you need to start building your wealth.
So that concept was new to me about the latte concept. Thanks, Coach Sherry. And so when I discovered it, I started to think, okay, well, I have to think for me. As you all know, one of mine is Starbucks. But what else is my latte? The examples they used are cable. I think I kind of need that. As a part of my no buy month, though, I did get rid of all subscription services to see which ones do I miss before I resubscribe to any. And this made me think, well, what else am I missing around some of the things that might help me shift my relationship with money as a part of my next steps? And so I started to think about what I might be reading to also help continue to formalize this new identity. Which ones have I missed so far? I only missed. Okay, I think it's easier to narrow it down. I haven't missed Hulu. I haven't missed Paramount. I haven't missed Apple TV. But there was one I redid. Oh, actually, maybe that was Hulu that I redid. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not it. I kept the Hulu off. I remember it. I can't believe I did this one, but I really like this show. It was a BT Plus I reignited because of uh, the era of Detroit. It's like a m- b- black murder mystery, and I really enjoy it. It's worth the money for that one subscription. I don't watch anything else on that subscription service but that one show, and it feels worth the money. And that leads me to, and I like to support. It feels like, yeah, I'm supporting it for the culture because it's a really well done show. And along those lines, I was led to some books about one's relationship with money, specifically by some Black women authors. And I thought I'd share a couple that are adding to my reading list uh, this year. Now, the first I'll share, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. It's Tiffany Alici or Alice, I believe. Yeah, the last part is Alice. And she has a recent book, Good with Money 10 Simple Steps to Becoming Financially Whole. You may have heard of her from the Budget Nista. And she has another book about it called The Practical Guide to Reaching Financial Goals Made Whole. I became aware of Tiffany during a uh, women in, I guess, by it was a conference called Know Your Value as a result of this a conference that was created around this book by Mika Brzezinski, and it included a lot of other speakers, and Tiffany was one of the speakers there. This was the book it was based around, um, and this was over 10 years ago. So I say that to say she's legit and that she's been talking about this topic for quite some time and has lots of valuable information. So I've added that book to my reading list. And for anyone who might also be on a similar type of journey, I recommend it for them as well. I haven't read it, but I mean, we can join one another as I have future Money Moves Monday and talk about perhaps what I learned. Now, the next, I keep getting recommended this book. Um, and so I'm going to finally try it. I think there's also an accompanying podcast. And this book is called We Should All Be Millionaires, A Woman's Guide to Earning More, Building Wealth, and Gaining Economic Power by Rachel Rogers. It's available in either, book form or Audible, hardback or paperback. You can even get it on Kindle. But here's the synopsis really quickly. Only 10% of the world's millionaires are women, making it difficult for women to wield economic power that would create lasting equality. Whatever is stopping you from having seen seven figures in the bank, whether it's shaky confidence, knowledge gaps, or whether when it comes time to wealth building tactics, imposter syndrome, a janky mindset about money, it's okay, we've all been there, or simply not knowing where to begin. This book shows you how to clear every obstacle in your way, show up, and glow up. Because, as Coach Sherry said in the chat, financial literacy is so important. It's not necessarily something that's taught in school, and it's not necessarily something that is taught in every home. So sometimes you are, teaching yourself as an adult things that it would have been nice if you have learned as a child, but maybe you didn't. Or maybe you have to just relearn some things because of your own doing, not because that's what you learned as a child. I feel like this book, uh, I hadn't been directly recommended, but it keeps coming up in searches for me. And I was today years old when I even learned that this was a Black woman author. I had only just been getting recommended the title, and I finally decided, okay, I don't know why this book keeps coming up in my algorithm everywhere, but I guess I'll finally check it out. Uh, I guess I should know why. It's because I keep saying this is about my relationship with money, and the name of the book is Heal Your Relationship with Money. Understand your why, let go of past financial dysfunction, and make peace with your money in just 28 days. This sounds like it's going to require some work. But it starts with just all of us have a money story, a story that we tell ourselves about what we can't afford, what we should buy, why we shouldn't spend, and about the real power of money. So that's a little brief synopsis about it. I love the cover. One, because I love cherry blossoms. I'm not sure why they would choose such a, I don't know, flowery cover for what feels like a not so flowery topic, but maybe that's part of me healing my relationship with money that I feel like I associate it with something hard. And I'm like, why are flowers there? As opposed to associating it with something that can be cultivated and grow and be a source of joy. Well, I think it's a source of joy, but that's a different story. And the last book that's been on my reading list for all of 2024, and I have yet to read it, but will soon, is this one by Paris Wood, The Black Girl's Guide to Financial Freedom, Build Wealth, Retire Early, and Live the Life of Your Dreams. Now, my understanding about this one is that it includes some storytelling, and it's not just the author, but maybe some compilation stories of others. I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but it also kept coming up on my recommendations, so it feels worth a try. And I'll keep you posted on how it goes with all of these books. I can imagine. I mean, because a good relationship of any kind is reciprocal, right? So I hope if I'm focused on what improving that relationship, it will also be returned to me because what gets measured gets results. So what is getting my attention right now should get some shifts. Um, so that It's what I have for today in terms of Money Moves Monday. I was thinking about that latte effect and really spending some more time contemplating what are the lattes in my life and where I can continue to make some of those adjustments, and then where I might invest that in a place that will allow that money to compound um, through either what I mentioned in the previous lives about either. Um, REITs that have monthly or quarterly dividends, or some other type of investment vehicle that has dividends that I can reinvest into said vehicle. I will keep, sharing what I learn along the way. Um, and what might be the key takeaways from some of these books I can bring back to future Money Moves Monday, and hopefully we can discuss them all. One thing that I hope to continue to figure out here on YouTube is how YouTube can be a source of additional income that might be used to invest in one of these, something that might, even if I just, yeah, only put it in retirement accounts. And only put all of my YouTube funds in an IRA. That would be a great plan for my future retirement, since I am a woman of a certain age and need to be thinking about these things. So that's why I would like to make sure that I'm talking about money on Mondays, because it also will keep me honest on what kind of progress I'm making on the goals that I've shared with you all here. Now, speaking of progress, I don't know if you all know, but today ChatGPT released a new update and I have yet to check it out. I don't know what to expect, but I thought, all right, well, if I finish my money moves early, I can switch on over to that, because here's the thing, ChatGPT can very much be used to make money moves as well. I haven't figured out how it's going to be for me, but I'm sure uh, others have some ideas. And if you have some ideas on how you might use ChatGPT to make some money moves, feel free to share them in the chat here. But here we are. I am both nervous and excited. Okay. But introducing ChatGPT 4.0, I don't know. It just says it's better and faster than ChatGPT 4 at understanding images and speaks more languages. Try it now. Let's see. Okay. So one of the prompts here is make me a personal web page after asking me 3 questions. Um, I'm gonna use it because it will help me achieve some of my goals. So let's see. All right. One thing I hadn't thought about with testing out this is the free version. My understanding is, yeah, it's the newest and advanced model that they are now offering for free. I don't know what happens now with my paid version. I don't know what this means. That means. But I do know that my understanding is this newest model is available for free to everybody, and you no longer need to pay for it. But I don't know what yet is now behind the paywall. I'll have to find that out. Maybe, you know what, Coach Sherry, that is a good question for tomorrow for Tech Tuesday, on what does the new free version, or just ultimately, yeah, what does the new version of this Chat GPT mean? But one thing I hadn't thought out was how I was going to type if I was holding this microphone. So hold on 1 second while I type this out on. Oh, you know what? I heard another option though now is oh, you can do voice. That doesn't seem to. Oh, read aloud. Wait, I can have ChatGPT read this aloud. Let me see. All right, the options were read aloud, copy, regenerate, bad response, change the model if I wanted to go flip to one of the other models. The read aloud is still loading, so I don't really know what that means, but I'm going to go ahead and start to answer the questions, and I'm going to be as vague as possible. What content do you want to include? Bio. I don't know. We're just going to go with bio, work with me, contact. And then for 2. All right, nothing's still happening with read aloud. It's still loading, so I don't know what that means. What style or theme do you prefer for the web page? Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm just going to go professional. Spell it right. And minimal. And then 3. Do you have any social media profiles? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and use my LinkedIn. It's public anyway, so just is what it is. All right, let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what if I want to, all right, where can I preview this code? Okay. Okay, I'm not about to follow these instructions and see what it says. So it says I can preview this code by if I copy the code, open a text editor like Notepad, text edit mat, or any code editor you prefer. I think, do I have VS Code on my computer? Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I have Visual Studio Code. Let's see what happens now. Oh, snap. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I know I'm okay. New text file, and then I've added the code. Okay, and now let's see. Back to what it says I should do next. Okay, and then I need to save this as the .html. Okay, and I'm gonna name it. Here, let me see if I can. I'm gonna start my share here. And then I'm going to share what I'm actually doing right now. Let's see how well this is going to work. Okay. What do I call this? Okay. I'm just going to call it test page. I think I'm supposed to take these brackets out, but they're there now. All right. Now, if I go back to what ChatGPT told me I had to do, is my mind about to be blown here? I think it might be. All right, ChatGPT says once I've created that file, now I can open that file in an HTML browser. So let's try that here. I'm going to share, this tab instead. Oh, wait. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I don't know how much it shows. So I don't want to show any work files or things like that. I shouldn't be showing on here. So give me a second. Okay. Now is the moment of truth because I'm about to open this file. And when I open it, it's going to show what is the page they created. This is the web page that ChatGPT just created for me, and this is in the free version. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I am. Do you see? We did that in like 5 minutes. And it gives you this to start with. So you could go and just, I, I have no, I have no words. Well, no one's hosting it yet because this is literally the code. So what you could do, depending on where you get your hosting, I think pretty much like Bluehost, almost all of them have a good builder on there now, right? But it'll allow you to customize stuff better because then you could use ChatGPT to. But what we were just looking at right now, Coach Sherry, is I just took the code that they gave me and made it into an HTML file and then just opened that HTML file in the browser so we could see what it would look like. If I go change that code by like changing colors or let me see. See, I don't think it really put any colors in here. Oh yeah, it did. Okay. Here we go. I'll show you what I mean. So I took the code and put it into this program called VS Code, but really you could use any kind of text browser. And see, it already picked these colors, this color here, and this is the hex code for it. But let's say I wanted to change the color. This is the hex code for that. And we're going to change the color of the footer background so you can just see the difference. It was previously white. We'll just make it a gray. It's still not looking very gray. Oh, that might be a little too dark. Okay. Now I'm going to save this page again. And then if I go back to that preview that we were looking at in the with just opening the file, let me get back there. 1 second. If I just open file. Here we go. All right, so now if I go back to that same file, that was the HTML file that ChatGPT made, and I go open it again in a Google browser just to see, well, what would that page look like if it were active? It should have changed. See how the colors now changed? Oh, wait, you can't see that because I'm not sharing the screen. Okay, now the colors have changed, where this font color changed from what it was previously, and this down here was white before, but I changed those colors. So I just changed what looks like some of the header colors. So it just gives you, and if you can see at the, you can't see it at the top because it doesn't show it in the screen, but this is just the file, just the HTML file. But if you open it in a browser, then you can see what it looks like. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me see if I can. All right, yeah. So now this, so this now, if I were to go again, like change other things in the file, I could change the colors. I could play around with it in here if I use the inspect tool to see, oh, what are the things I might change it to? Um, so see how it's changing now? That's just a like preview thing that is in the browser that's letting me preview what happens if I changed those different elements, but I would still have to go back into the HTML file and actually change them. But wait, let's see if you can see it here. Yeah, okay, you can see. But what they ultimately created for in the ChatGPT was it made, this is the whole file, but it made this header and then the body here. It made a couple of sections and then split that section into, so you could put, see on this outside orange stuff, that would be like, I don't know, people, if you had a blog, if you had to make a blog and you had those outside parts for ads, like that would be in that section. But then you see this is the section where they made a bio and the spaces in between, section for work with me. So it's kind of made all of those into sections for you. But yeah, it wrote all the code for that, and you could just go continue to update that. It just really, really changes the game for a lot of things. That was one prompt we did. Okay, that that is wild. Um, this right here. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more, and then I'm gonna have to get out of this rabbit hole because this is like my main thing that I think about all the time. Okay, and I think there should be an app for this, and now there doesn't need to be because I guess ChatGPT can do it. Create a recipe using ingredients from my kitchen. I wanted to ask me, oh, could you ask me to list 5 ingredients from my pantry and then help me invent a new recipe using them? This is what I've been dying for. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I have chicken, um, rice, carrots, spinach, and Parmesan cheese. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Chicken and spinach Parmesan rice sounds kind of good. I didn't say anything. Oh, okay. I was about to say I didn't say anything about having an onion. It says optional if you have it. I I am like a kid with a new toy. Okay. I don't I don't know what to do with myself right now, okay? This is amazing to me. So amazing. And I just, again, I don't know what to do with myself. It is an absolute guarantee that Tech Tuesday will be about ChatGPT and what I've learned along the way, and what will probably be an all-night study session while I teach myself what else is possible in this new ChatGPT. Because I really do feel like it's not even, it's like, you know how if you ever have been a gamer or you have children who are gamers, it's like when the new video game has come out and you want to stay up and play it, but you have responsibilities. That's what this is like. So I might have to set up some time in the morning, something. But I am excited about what is possible with this new Chat GPT. Um, and I look forward to sharing more about it. But yeah, Coach Sherry, this is supposed to be the free version, so I encourage you to try it out. Wait, what is this temporary chat? Hold on. Hold on. All right, we've got one more thing to figure out. Let's just see. Whatever this temporary chat button is. Oh, okay. So temporary chats. Oh, this is nice. They won't stay in your history. They won't train the model, which is great. And the memory is turned off. So it's like incognito for your chat GPT. Oh, and if you see it, turn the thing a little incognito too. Okay. I don't. Oh, and then you'll know if you have the temporary chat on. And it looks like you can only do that in the old model though, because if you go back to the new model, you can't turn the temporary chat on. So that's I now I'm gonna have to do like a chat GPT versus perplexity, Coach Sherry, to see. Um yeah, this is so very interesting. So hi, Mrs. Newton's big family, big noise. Um but wait, yeah, what was supposed to be the special sauce in perplexity, Coach Sherry? Was it that they Oh, I know what it was. They share their sources. So you're not guessing what fed the model for them to give you that answer. And I do think that is a significant value add. Um, but I hope you're doing well. Happy Mother's Day. Well, belated Mother's Day to you all in the chat that are mothers. And that includes Coach Sherry and Mrs. Newton, Big Family, Big Noise. Who are mothers of multiples. Well, not multiples, like y'all had multiples, but y'all know what I mean. Um, yeah, so I was testing out my equipment because for some reason I already had this somewhere. And I was like, well, let me see if this microphone still works before I purge it. Uh, and apparently it works. I'm keeping it. I don't know when or how this is going to be incorporated into any of my content creation. But for now, I'm using it. So, so also in Perplexity, it gives you access to ChatGPT and other AI sites for other suggested content. Now, that is also a value add because then it keeps you from having to go to the other sites like what I usually do now, which is like I put the same prompt into multiple places to see what's the different stuff that it gives me back. So, um, yeah, that'll be interesting if this newest version of ChatGPT is now overlaid over Perplexity. But at any rate, yes, I have accomplished three goals today by achieving day 40 of my 90 consecutive days of live streaming, checking out if this microphone worked, and seeing what was new about the new Chat GPT. I will share more about that tomorrow on Tech Tuesday. Yeah, they have a new version that was just released today. But we'll learn more yet about that tomorrow on Tech Tuesday. In the meantime, if you are interested in Money Moves Monday, please be sure to subscribe so that you'll know the next time we come to chat about money moves and shifting our relationship with money over the course of at least the next, say, 50 days that we have to complete this live stream challenge. So I thank you so much, and I hope to see you tomorrow at Tech Tuesday. Have a good night. Thank you.